Hey, do you like multiplication?
Maybe. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's cool. I like math.
Cool.
Hi, CVA Integrated Math 3 students. This guy says, why do we fall? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up. I want to spend a second on this grid view here. It's just a shortcut for all the Google Slides, but a couple of new ones is turning in your assignments. I have this link here, combining your PDF files. So let's just say you have all of your lessons in different PDFs and you want to learn how to combine it into one. You can watch this video that I created, or down here in the description, you can click on this third method, and it's another video. And this video talks about dragging pictures into a Google document or using some apps like Adobe Scan or Genius Scan. Okay, there's some other things I wanted to show you. Tech tools, using your iPad or tablet with a writing pen, and we'll talk about late work. And it's now time for our world famous,
it's time for game plans.
Thank you, Mr. Frank. I recorded him because he loves saying that, and he retired, so I wanted to keep his energy and momentum. Welcome to week number 6, September 13th to September 17th, 2021. I want to give you guys a hint. We have grades, teachers have grades due this week, but basically every time that it's a 5 on the 5, so 5, week 10, we're going to have quarter grades, then 15, and then week 20 is the first semester's done. So on the 5s, those are when grades are due for teachers, which means you need to get your work in. We're focusing on 8.4 normal distributions. Students will be able to classify variables and analyze probability distributions to determine expected outcomes on lesson 8.4. This is our agenda today. We got our game plan here. I have some school and room 902 news, week number 6 at a glance, and we'll do a warm up. Let's turn to room 902 news. Period 8, my Monday after school class, that Zoom link is the same link every week, and it's always in your same spot on your eCadence. Let's go there. It's in the same spot every week. So go to your math page, you go to your modules. I haven't posted 6 as a recording, but if you go to the week 5.1, 6.1, whatever it is, this is always going to be the same. There's that link. It's always the same. And then Tuesdays, class, same thing. Big announcement. Deadlines are closer than they appear. I gave out quiz number 1 last Thursday, and it is due this Thursday at 9 a.m. The reason why I gave you a week is that flexibility that CPA has. So if you were not done with your work, you can still get it done and take that quiz with a 1 week's worth flexibility. Remember, for grades, eCadence is the official way to get your work and to turn in your work. It is the unofficial grade. To really know what your grade is, turn to Aries. It is the official grades, and that is the system that I need to turn in grades as a teacher. Remember, if you're ever done with your assignments early, you need to work on Khan Academy. Those are some things that I assign to you, and you need a total of 120 minutes at the end of September. And then October, I'm going to add 60 more minutes, so you only need 180, and so on and so on. So you only need to watch really 5 minutes a week, but if you're behind, you might want to spend some time doing that. Remember, if you're ever absent, click on the CVA absent assignment, and it'll tell you what you need to do, and there's a video on there. Office hours, guys, I'm willing to help you. Official office hours are Thursdays from 1:30 to 2:30, but you can get help outside of those times. Email me or fill out this link, which is even more helpful, so you can schedule an appointment, and then we'll set up a time where we can do a Google Meets. Let's turn to school news. School news. Okay, you do enrollment, picture day. Oh, I gotta dress up. I need to go get my picture at CVA. Senior portraits, back to school night, not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, and college fair. All right, now that I've updated some grades, let's talk about grades, which is part of the school news. Yes, it is true. This Friday, my grades are due for first quarter progress reports. They're due at 1 p.m. And I'll tell you guys a deadline I will give you if you want to, if that's important to you. You know, back in the day, we would print these out and send them home, and it kind of goes on to the Aries transcript, but not your official transcript. But this is for the whole school, all classes. Academic intervention. What is this scary word? Well, we have to intervene in your schoolwork. When? Well, we are an independent studies program. So if you have students currently not performing at 60% or better over a 1 week period, including attendance and academics, please do the following. So if you don't have 60% in Aries right now, or you have not been attending class, then I need to initiate a verbal contact with a parent. I have to put in Aries under guidance visitations, which I can see all of yours since you've been in AUHSD, regarding conversation and outcome. Now, if a student continues to perform under 60%, I have to do something called completing an academic alert in this Google form and a calendar meeting with the parent. Basically, I have to refer to these academic intervention steps found in the email, and these are important steps. Our school is getting audited, which means being watched by the state. So all this basically means if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, then I have to do this extra work. And this extra work involves your parents. And your parents may not be happy, which means you will not be happy. So teenager pro tip is do what you're supposed to do before they yell at you, which means they don't have to yell at you because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Last week I assigned to you guys Spirit Week. So you can watch Week at a Glance number 5 if you need some help with that. And here is my example. Last week we also talked about this numbering system. You can watch Week at a Glance number 5. And our central question is, again, how do you classify these variables? Like, you know, when is it going to rain? What's the probability of rolling a 6 with 2 dice? And we're going to analyze those probability distributions and determine the expected outcomes. Oh, I got to erase that part. Okay, so Monday I will be seeing my period 8 after school. We'll do a class discussion, Week at Glance number 6, and reflection. And now I'm assigning you guys 8.4. On the previous Week at a Glance, if you go to Week at Glance number 5, I assigned 8.40. That was in red, so if you know it goes into the rainbow colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then I start over because I ran out of colors. So I broke up lesson 8.4, and remember, this 8.4 is the same link. It's the same link throughout the whole week. So why did I assign all these things and they're the same link? The point is to help you divide up your time. Now, some of you like it where you just sit there and you guys hammer all this out in like one day. Totally fine. But let me show you guys how this coloring code system works. So for example, on Monday, I'm suggesting you do orange and yellow. And it's about 30 to 40 minutes worth of work. So this is what you were supposed to complete for Friday. And then orange is what I suggest that you do on a Monday. Click on the video here, and there's timestamps, and so you can just shoot to sign the timestamp. It's already done for you. Read those directions because sometimes I'll say things like skip one problem. Does that make sense? And then you'll do green and cyan on. My recommendation is to do that on Tuesday. And so basically I'm giving you guys like 30 to 40 minutes each day to help pace yourself. Okay? One thing I want to suggest is before Friday, quiz number 1 is going to close officially. You cannot take it after that. I gave you guys a whole week. So finish quiz number 1. If you need some more directions, you can go back to Week at a Glance number 5 video. Also in the Week at a Glance, the modules on eCadence will show you guys details of how to get there. And of course, reach out to me. Okay, let's talk about assignments. I checked 1.4 and 2.4. And if you notice, the colors will change, and I change them as I grade them. So for example, I spent 5 hours grading on a Saturday, and it's just time for accountability. You turned it in, I mark that you turned it in, and if you don't have it, then you've got a big orange mark on your Aries. Now, Once I change this to red, it basically means says late. This is past the due date and has already been graded. Please submit under late work. So you can actually click the sad face, and it's going to bring you to a presentation which has a video about late work. There's two, or remember, late work is the same thing as incomplete work. And regular, I have a regular late work and special late work. And the cool special late work is those cool math commercials, so you might want to take advantage of that. And here is an example of late work. Here it is last year. And when I click on a Google document, so anything that's turned in through Google Forms, or even a Google document eCadence, if I click on it and it says restricted access, I marked my own side with an R, which means I had to click on it and nothing happened. Look at this student here. I clicked on their document 3 separate times, 3 separate weekends, which I could have been playing with my kids or doing some house projects, but I was grading, and I can't just sit there and wait for there forever, guys. But that's the new world where, you can see it timestamped right away. So I'm gonna give my CVA students a break. Now, if you came in late, right? You came in a week after school started, of course I'm gonna give you a break. You don't have to go through this late work, just email me. If you've been here since the beginning, you're now gonna have to do late work. Like if you just did your motivational quote after like 5 weeks, and we're on week number 6, guys. It took you a long time to figure this out. I mean, you might as well just get all your late work together and submit the late work special, okay? Okay, you notice that this one is in yellow because it's saying it's past the due date, but get it in as soon as possible because I have not graded it yet. Does that make sense? So even though it was due past last Thursday, it's still yellow, but once I actually sit down and grade it, I will change this to red. One thing that's due this week is the Spirit Week slides. You can look at Week at a Glance number 5 for more details about that because that's when I talked about it. I think that's all I have for you guys. Hey, you're not a baby yet. I don't pick you up. You need to learn how to pick up yourself. You can do it. Let's get this done. All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye.
We doing math today. Ain't got time for no games. We doing math today. All work and no play. We doing math today. Listen up and behave. We doing math today. We doing math today.